Hello, welcome to the Zero Ends channel. Please like and subscribe. Please enjoy our live.
Zero ends. Welcome, guys. Welcome to a special, unique broadcast here on the Zero Ends channel. I am Zero Ends here. As you know from following other community tabs, if you notice that this was something that was lingering on my mind, and I had to talk about it. As you know, this is a more book reading political show. This is more we talk about the more of the serious things on here, mostly over here on the Zero Ends channel. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you want to be new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that red button, hit that top notification bell for uploads, live streams here on the Zero Ends channel. I am Zero Ends, like always. And you know, you can follow me on many social medias. I think you can follow me on TikTok, I believe, and also on Truth Social. Yeah, Truth Social. Yeah, those are my links. If I find them, I'll matter of fact, I don't know if anybody has a True Social. If you do, let me know in the comment section during or after the stream, and I'll put it in the description or in the comment section of this. So now let's begin with this. Kamala Harris and the role of Black women. Could they have made, or let's say, made America either better or worse, i.e., make it broke? Is the subject, and some that has not been discussed yet. Now, I know a lot of folks, mostly colored people, Black people in general, don't view Kamala as Black, foundational Black, ADOS, whatever. Oh, is you? Okay, sure, I will do that for you, Sankofa. Why not? Hell, why not? Why not? I'll drop the link for you. I could do that. Now, as I go into this, I'm going to pull up not only an article, but a video by one particular content creator by Kevin. And we're going to look at the reactions and really look into the pot or the money pool of this whole election campaign, this fiasco, this disaster. You know it. So no further ado, I'm going to run this video. And to make sure. Okay. Is that you, Kofa? You need
Yeah.
picture. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how to do that, man.
This
Unless I just
if you're in the channel, it's easy, man. I'm gonna just drop it down for a little bit. I'm gonna bring back up just for a second. Let me just find the video place and bring back up. Don't worry. This. I'm let your hands busy. All right. Cool.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's begin. Fair use. Fair use.
Nothing ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
Over these numbers, $10 million for Beyonce to step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem. I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend $20 million, you get yourself in debt to try to get a bunch of rich celebrities on stage? I'd never seen that. Maybe I'm ignorant of the fact, but wow.
So, what are they talking about? The money that she took and spent. And let's be clear here. I think she's the first person so far in the election cycle to raise and accumulate nearly $1 billion. They said it was really $1 billion. And I would say maybe at best she looked like she might have raised like either 250 million or roughly 500 million, roughly in not only advertisements, also from donations for campaign spendage, and all the money that was used to make this happen in regards to going into her campaign to become the 47th president of the United States of America. But to no avail, she has failed disastrously. And I'm going to find the article now that goes into more somewhat deep. And there are some outlets that don't like, I don't say like Kamala, but really they had something for her since she did not, give them their time. But that's another story. But let's play this. Let's keep listening. Very useful.
Kamala Harris's campaign is now $20 million in debt.
This could have been us. This could have been America. I mean, if you can't manage your own campaign, how can you manage the country's budget? How can you manage our money if you can't?
But she's not going to manage My apologies. She's not going to manage America's money. We all know the United debt ceiling here in America. That's now, I think, in 30 some trillion. Matter of fact, I'm going to look at my using artificial intelligence to find what is the budget now or the debt ceiling of the United States, because that's something to really be knowing. So let me keep playing as I find this. Fair use, fair use.
Manage your own, okay? And Kamala Harris, this should speak volumes to the type of person and candidate or president or vice president or fake or phony that she really is, for the simple fact that she had to pay and buy friends, or at least fake friends. Because on the surface, it came across as if these people, these celebrities, these movie stars, these actors, these paid actors and actresses were actually for Kamala Harris, when at the end of the day, they were only for the exact same thing that they've always been for: a paycheck, millions of dollars, and lying to people to get what they want. Hey guys, we dodged a major bullet here. And I think it's important that we pay attention to Alanis Morissette, who decided she wasn't going to support Kamala Harris. Why? Because Kamala Harris's check didn't clear, okay?
Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to find it. I got to pause it. I got to find how much is in debt we are in. I got to know that first. So I'm looking for it now. Where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to find it, guys. Is this it? Okay, I found it. Okay. Let me keep playing. I was trying to find some to correct some type of. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
And besides the fact that Kamala Harris's campaign is now urging supporters to donate for a potential recount, despite no plans to pursue one, this is just a money grab, folks. Critics are arguing that her campaign, over $20 million in debt, is misleading voters to raise funds under false pretenses. What a shocker. Meanwhile, Oprah Winfrey is shutting down claims that she was paid $1 million, according to TMZ, to host a town hall on behalf of Kamala Harris and her presidential campaign, with the talk show legend declaring it's all BS. What do you think? Do you believe Oprah, or do you believe the receipts? Because we have receipts here that shows.
Now, I found it. The national debt. All right, I'll email you right now. All right, I'll do that. The national debt right now, as it speaks to the United States. Oh, damn it. My fault. 1 second, guys. Let me do this. The national debt right now in the United States, as it's shown right now, we are $35.85 trillion in debt. And one of the few things that cause national debt in America is many factors. This includes both public debts, inaugural debts. The growing debt is a result of various factors, including increased government spending, economic challenges, and impact of the pandemic. Is there anything to, and then to ask more, interest payments, government spend? I think interest rates have still went on a very low decline. It's still low. Last time I checked. Inflation, interest rates, economic growth, international perceptions. A lot of things go into it, and I'm trying to be clear as possible, so I apologize. But overall, these are a few things that lead to the national debt of the United States. And last time I checked, one time we were 33 trillion or 30 trillion. That was like 2-3 years ago. Now we're up to 35 trillion. And we're not sure how far this can go. Nonetheless, the country's in the tanker right now, financial wise. And this so-called lady, mixed lady in general, a black lady, because we deal with the one drop rule. And I know most stupid people don't want to talk about it, but you have to think about it, that we don't make the rules in this country. If you have anything of Negroid blood, and her father is Negroid, regardless how you look at his background, you have a black woman in office. It's that simple. There's no way getting around it. You get me? And I know a lot of folks don't hear that, but it's the honest truth. It is the definite honest truth. So she has spent a lot of money on these celebrities to market her. And let's be honest, who are you trying to market? Because you're not marketing to the general public. Because non-black people don't care about these so-called celebrities, from the Eminems, the Meg Thee Stallions, all these so-called chuck jiving, dancing jigger celebrities, in regards to convince them to make a political, intellectual decision on who should run this country. And I'm kind of glad that a lot of people, whether black or white or whatever, made the real conscious decision, because they look at their interests first, besides someone that doesn't live around them and much as don't interact with them, to be making decisions about what should be done political wise by policies. So let's listen more. Fair use.
Okay, maybe Oprah's right. She wasn't paid $1 million to host a town hall and pretend to be friends on behalf of Kamala Harris. She was paid 2 payments of $500,000, $500K apiece. maybe that's where she means, no, I wasn't paid $1 million. I mean, not at one time, but collectively, Kamala Harris's campaign did pay you $1 million, Oprah.
So Kamala Harris's campaign is now $20 million in debt, even though she raised $1 billion. This is a person who completely outperformed her opponent month over month in terms of what she raised. Forbes even said that she outperformed him by 5-1 when it came to last minute donors. But her campaign, even though they raised $1 billion, her campaign is now $20 million in debt. She relied so heavily on multimillionaires and billionaires like Oprah Winfrey to come out and support her and endorse her that she didn't roll out policies sufficient enough for the American people. I cannot believe how disconnected with reality her campaign is and how delusional the Democratic Party is to think that people are going to ignore everything that they are experiencing, the high grocery bills, the high gas prices, all of those things they are experiencing. And because a billionaire like Oprah Winfrey or an actress like Julia Roberts tells you to vote for Kamala Harris, you're going to vote for Kamala Harris. I actually saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free. The only reason these celebrities like Magic Johnson, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, the only reason these celebrities took time out of their day to attend a rally and encourage us, the American people, to vote for Kamala Harris is because they have been paid, and it looks like they have been paid millions upon millions of dollars to do so. That's the only reason they did it. I don't even believe that some of the celebrities who endorse Kamala Harris are voting for Kamala Harris. Some of them are probably secret Trump supporters. They just get on stage and say they're voting for Kamala Harris just so they can collect a check. I don't know about anybody else, but I have never had a celebrity show up and pay my bills month after month. So I'm not going to take advice from a celebrity on who I should vote for. And it also makes me wonder about Kamala Harris's so-called middle-class background. Come from the middle class and your mother had to save up to buy a house, all this stuff, and you can't manage a $1 billion budget? Who voted for Kamala Harris, you should take comfort in knowing that this person will not be running the United States of America. Because in my opinion, to blow through a $1 billion budget and have a $20 million deficit is only due to gross incompetence. And before anybody asks about Donald Trump's campaign, I can pretty much guarantee you this. If his campaign had a $20 million deficit, people would...
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue the video, but make sure you guys like the stream. If you're coming in watching, please give the like and subscribe to this channel. The reason why it's now getting the word on the street is going on that's being known about the money is because she put herself in the hole, and not no small hole. She put herself in a pretty decent hole. Because let's be honest, when you're able to raise and gross hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars, where is the money going? Where do you do with all the money? Because with that, and I'm not sure what's the average budget it takes to run for president of the United States. I know it's somewhere in the couple millions. And Donald Trump is a billionaire. And he did not spend a fraction running again. Now, he got donations by people that, see the vision and all that stuff. But obviously, most of the money he's making, he's not really gaining enough. He's actually taking a hit because he already is a billionaire, roughly. But someone like Kamala Harris, which is a prosecutor, prosecutor of the state of California for as long as maybe more than 15 years or so. She don't have enough money. Hell, the team that she entrusts or have around her that are same people that are affiliated in the Democratic Party don't know enough about money. That's why they're always asking for your goddamn money. So that way they could spend your money. And now I spend the money. They blow the money too, unfortunately. They just do. It's just sad. Now, let's look at Fox News, because before I continue the video, I gotta look at the Fox News and their discussions of all this. 1 billion disaster. Here's what FEC filings show about Harris campaign 3 months spending spree. And there's a 5-minute video. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this, but let's look. Vice President Kamala Harris' failed presidential campaign spent more than $1 billion in 3 months, highlighting by several expenditures that have drawn intense criticism, including spending on celebrity influencers, radical activist groups, and private jets. Like a black woman, she needed to fly high. FEC filings show that Harris' campaign made roughly $500K payments to Oprah Winfrey product and company, first report by Washington Examiner on October 15, a month after Winfrey appeared with Harris at the town hall event, and weeks before Oprah was on stage with Harris at a Philadelphia rally before election day. Conservatives on social media widely criticized the move, accusing Harris of buying the famous endorsement that ultimately did not yield a victory. Oh, no, it didn't. Unconsciously, GOP rep Greg Murphy posted on X, Oprah's billionaire selling her soul for nearly $1 million. No, it's not selling for a measly $1 million, you dummy. She did it because if this woman, let's say, wins, she got another politician under her pocket. And you see, let me say this. Let me make myself bigger for those that don't know. A lot of celebrities that took the money, right? Is the money they gain is nothing. It's chump change to what their actual net worth is. And Oprah really, let's be honest, don't really need the money because she makes more than what she's doing now. But she took it because she looked at the bigger picture. She looked at, if this one wins, I could be able to have a politician that's in the White House to my beck and call with just a measly call of the cell phone or dial up to have conversations or want certain things done. See, Oprah is about business. Let me see how you get it for people back. Oprah Winfrey is about business. So that money that she gets from Kamala is an investment on Kamala's end. Because in the near future, Oprah probably will need some from Kamala, and she will get it because she reached out to Oprah. So keep that in mind for that. None of these celebrities that took the money were thinking it's just a throwaway money. No, this is a business transaction that will garner something good in the future. That's how they look at it. All right, let's keep looking at this article. Ultimately, this picture. All right. Wolf on Wall Street, Jordan Belfort told Fox News he was shocked when he heard about the campaign contributions and liked the campaign actions to money laundering. Oprah pushes back on the criticism when confronted by TMZ, saying she was paid nothing, which she's lying. And this is why a lot of people don't respect Oprah. We don't respect no 70-year-old old chick telling goddamn lie. Yeah, you get paid, sweetie. Don't play. Who you hiring? Who you trying to press? All right. A Harpo spokesman acknowledged the Harpo product took money from the campaign, but claims it was for production costs, and said Oprah was at no point during the campaign paid a personal fee, nor did she receive a fee from Harpo. Yeah, which is a lie. Giving money prominent celebrities was a theme of the Harris campaign, which gave almost $4 million to Village Market Agencies, a company that connects clients with social media influencers. The long list of celebrities that joined Harris on campaigns trails include Beyonce, Bon Jovi, Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez, Bruce Springsteen. The Washington Examiner also reports that the Harris campaign spent over $12 million on digital media consultants and spent 6 figures on building a set for Harris appearing on the popular Call Her Daddy podcast and hosted by Alex Cooper. The campaign spent at least $15 million on even products. FEC records show with many payments lining up with higher profile events and concerts with celebrity attendees or performers. The truth is, this is just an epic disaster. That is a $1 billion disaster. Linda Lee Harris, Suregate, and DNC National Finance Committee members told Vox. Hold on. Told Fox and Friends Weekend on Saturday. The controversial spending habits of the campaign also include contributions to radical activist groups. The Harris campaign cut multiple six-figure checks in September for left-leaning groups that haven't been vocal about defunding the police, reparations, and tied to radical activists who support a notorious anti-Semitic. Louis Farrakhan, Fox News Digital previous reports. The Black Voters Matter Fund, which received $150,000 from the Harris campaign on September 19th, has repeatedly called for defunding the police and has been local about pushing for reparations. The Black Church PAC, who also received $150K from the Harris campaign in September, has multiplied controversial religious leaders on its board, and recent social media posts show it is partner with a defunding the police group to help and with get out of the vote efforts in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. Despite running a campaign, hold on, let me do this. I see. Okay, all right, let's keep going, guys. I'm not looking at it. All right. Despite running a campaign warning of the effects of climate change, which she has previously called the existential threat, Harris gave over $4 million in advance aviation to fly on private jets. FEC filing shows more FIC. And this is long. The campaign, according to FEC filing, it also spent north of $56 million on payroll and payroll taxes in just 3 months. Filing also shows the campaign gave excessive $100 million to various consulting marketing firms, including Gambit Strategies LLCs, the Pawn Circle Strategies LLC, Bully Pulpit Interactive LLC. Man, there's a lot of corporations under these LLCs. And Harris Walt's campaign is poured $20 million in debt, having raised more than $1 billion and have had $118 million in the banks on the October 16th, according to Politico reports Christopher Cadado. News of campaign debts sparked on social media troll from President-elect Donald Trump, who suggests he could cover the $20 million if he chooses to. I'm very surprised that the Democrats, who fought a hard and valiant fight in 2020 and President-elect raised a record amount of money, had a lot of dollar signs left over, Trump wrote on the social media platform Truth. Now they're being squeezed by vendors and others. Whatever we can do to help them during this difficult period, I will strongly recommend we as a party, and for a sake of this desperately need unity, do. Trump added. We have a lot of money left over in that our biggest asset of campaign was earned media and thus cost very much. American Great Again. The Harris campaign did not respond to requests, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. And there's a video up here. Let's see if we're going to watch this video. Let me see if I'm wasting my time. I'm going to watch some of this. I ain't going to watch all of it. There might be a commercial for this dumb stuff. And make sure you guys like the stream and share and all this stuff. And let me look what's going on. All right, we got a few. We get some more likes, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Likes are free. All right. All right. Let me see if this ad goes away. All right, there we go.
In $1 billion in campaign donations, and now it's all gone, evaporated, and she's in debt. But the question is how? Well, her campaign reportedly shelled out $1 million to Oprah Winfrey's Harpo Productions, another $15 million for other event productions, and that included the star-studded Election Eve concerts across all 7 swing states that featured Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, John Legend, among others, and 6 figures to reportedly build the fake set for her interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, a worthy investment.
That's sad right there. She spent a lot of money, a whole lot of money, and we don't know where the money gone to. Where's the money, Dems? Where the hell you did with the money? Do you pocket it? Let's keep listening.
And it could have gone on for free. She could have gone on Joe Rogan for free. That's what Trump did. He got earned media. Millions more went to social media influencers, and one vendor.
But you know, the problem is she could have. She could have gone to Joe Rogan. She could have. But she didn't. And I think the word on the street with Joe Rogan is that Joe Rogan is going to ask her some serious questions. She's going to test her. Like literally test her. And that's the reason I think her and her team, including herself, did not go through going with Joe Rogan. And to be honest with you, I don't think going on Joe Rogan right now, she went there, it was going to help her cause. Because she doesn't really have a real plan once she is the actual president of the United States for the next 4 years. She said nothing's going to be changing if she's in power. She's going to follow the rules, or follow the same script from a Biden, or Biden lays out, or any other Democrats that will be calling her on the phone of what to do. And to me, that does not breed a leadership. That breeds a follower. And to take a seat in the highest office, you're going to have to be a leader. You can't be a follower. Sorry, that's not how it's not going to work. Just saying. All right.
Used to recruit stars to the Harris campaign was given over $3.9 million, and none of it paid off.
Yep.
The truth is, this is just an epic disaster. This is a $1 billion disaster. Jen O'Malley Dillon promised all of us that Harris would win. She even put videos out saying that Harris would win. I believed her. My donors believed her. And so they wrote massive checks. I feel like a lot of us were misled.
Cheryl, I saw you in the hall and you said you did voluminous research on this.
My head is full of this story right now, but yes.
So, and let's be honest. From what I'm hearing, there were other major big players that threw money into this campaign. Some of them that you might know, major corporations that run by certain men, put a lot of money into this, and hoping that she's going to win, or think or believe that she has the shot of winning. But at the end of the day, from what I seen, the American people spoke, and they prefer to put the red man, or the man with the yellow hair or red hair, back in office for another term. And simple, Kamala is not worthy. She was not really qualified for this. She was not qualified 5 years ago, and she damn sure ain't qualified now. All right, let's keep going.
So besides the set, like that 6-figure set that was built for the Call Her Daddy podcast or whatever, think the Katy Perry, the John Bon Jovi, the concerts, think of all the support staff, Carly and I talked about it this morning, that all goes into those concerts, the air travel, the jet travel, the aviation bill alone, and then the payrolls for her team, the taxes that they spent. And by the way, this is according to Ad Impact. This is what really blew me away. Okay, Harris spent more than $654 million on advertising, right? From July 22nd to Election Day. Guess how much Donald Trump's campaign spent? $378 million. That is a 57% difference. And none of it paid off. But look, I mean, overall, if I was a small donation donor and I gave to the Harris Walz campaign, I would be furious right now because of the misappropriation of funds. They overspent the sets, the Harper Productions, large bill. The best news is that we're going to have to get those filings. We might get them the end of this week. It's going to give that accounting breakdown of what they spent. I cannot
Wow.
That'll be
I will have
interesting.
more.
This is Cheryl's Christmas.
Let's look at the financial breakdown.
So we're gonna get those numbers. Either I don't know if they have them available or they're gonna eventually have it. Nonetheless, numbers are gonna be revealed. What's this? What's this? Truth takes a screenshot of the image you are trying to use, then upload it, and maybe it be too big. Wait. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Very useful.
I love it. Jeremy, I was looking at this over the weekend and I could not believe the contrast. Kamala Harris had put this out. She's soliciting donations now. She's also apparently trying to sell her list, but she's calling it the Fight Fund. So she wants people to donate to the Fight Fund. And you contrast that, you see it there highlighted, what Donald Trump said over the weekend, whatever we can do to help them during this difficult period, I would strongly recommend we as a party and for the sake of desperately needed unity do. We have a lot of money left over. What a contrast.
I thought that was perfect. I mean, it was just chef's kiss. I mean, it really was. I mean, you know, it was, and honestly, a lot of these left-wing groups seem to have this issue. I mean, even Black Lives Matter groups have been caught up a lot of misappropriation issues. Down in Georgia, where I'm from, Stacey Abrams and her campaign had some issues there, some of her nonprofits. And then here we have Kamala Harris, you know, $1 billion blown through all of it. And I think, for as Cheryl was saying, I mean, these small dollar donors who don't have much, who gave something to the campaign, and you have Oprah, a billionaire, saying, you know, you donate to the chip in $5, $10, telling them to give the little that they had to the campaign, and Oprah's turning around making $1 million check off the campaign. I mean, that is a scandal, and I think a lot, especially young people, are realizing this was a farce. Like your favorite influencer, your favorite celebrity who came out in support of Kamala Harris, they were all getting paid off, right? I mean, this was not. They didn't do it out of the kindness of their heart. They didn't do it for free.
So I was really curious to see, did any of those celebrities, I mean, Beyonce, $10 million. Did she vote for Kamala Harris?
Right.
Nope.
And for one, you know, just Megan Thee Stallion got what?
To ask the question, you would know the answer to that question. And if you are a celebrity that's making millions of dollars or $250,000, the answer to that question is no, you're not going to do that. All right, I'm going to bring somebody up right now. All right, what's good? Let me switch my thing over. What's good? You know, this is your end channel. Make sure you keep the name. And what's good?
What's going on, Zero? Can you hear me?
I hear you good. Yes.
Yeah, man, that's funny that they did that, man. Salute, man. I'm glad I could catch you live on your channel, man. They're saying here that Oprah took $1 million for that particular endorsement.
Yeah, and there was video that I played earlier of they asking Oprah, and she's telling them she didn't get no money, and she's fucking lying. I'm sorry, she's lying.
Well, my thing is this, you know, she should be able to endorse whoever she wants, you know, as a candidate. You know, she's got the money. You know, I don't see a problem with her endorsing anyone. Now, as far as her taking the money, I know she may have done that just so that she can have in the future, if anyone else wants to use her as an endorsement, that she has to kind of charge Kamala, even though we all know that Harpo Productions doesn't need any handouts from the administration because she's obviously a billionaire, right? But I think it does look a lot like some of the other smaller donors who have put their last couple of dollars to support the Kamala campaign. When you look at Oprah, where they actually paid her $1 million, knowing that she's a billionaire, it's kind of to the average, you know, middle class, you know, or lower middle class voter, or even people that's living under the middle class, the lower class type of people who they constantly say that they're pandering to. When they see a billionaire get $1 million to support a campaign that's supposed to be for us, by us, and all that, kind of looks bad. I mean, what do you think?
I think money was spent, and it was an investment that did not turn in the favor of the opposition. But you got to understand, it's going to take money to spend money, and most of these campaigns are not run freely. If people don't understand, when they go out there, your politicians go out there every 2 or 4 years, and asking you to contribute. They're asking you as the person that's going to donate to them so they can be in a position of power without your donations so they could change laws like legislation and, pocket big at the end of it. But in regards to Kamala, spending that much money and not even budgeting it properly, it speaks for itself of the downfall of not only you lost, but you lost poorly and you're in the hole. So that speaks for itself that, certain women, including black women, not good with money. And then you're trying to be the president of the United States and we are in trillions in debt. That's a check. So how that's gonna work of relieving the debt? You don't know how to even spend the budget properly in regards to funding your own campaign. How that works,
Yeah,
Sway?
they gave her the access to the pocketbook for the campaign monies. In my opinion, they did not spend it. I was hearing that she went over budget a couple million. I don't know how that happens with $1 billion budget, but I think that because they took a lot of the old ways of doing it by getting the celebrity endorsements, I think what they failed to do, even in that part of it, and this is something that Kamala and the Democrats can learn from, is that maybe they should have took some of that $1 billion that they were giving to these celebrities who didn't really further their cause, like they wanted to, and maybe went to some of the constituents that they wanted to win over with the votes. They already know who they've got the votes for. We know who are going to kind of vote blue no matter who. They could have took that money and maybe went to people that were moderates, maybe went to some of the Cornel West voters, maybe went to some of the conservative brothers, maybe went to some of the brothers that was on the couch and the sisters that was on the couch and kind of went out there and maybe got a couple of I like Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. He has a great point plan for the black male agenda, maybe even getting PhD fellas like that, people of that nature, and paying them. And I'm sure they'll accept. You could probably get a lot of Dr. T. Hassan Johnsons probably for the $5 million that you paid Beyonce. I'm sure you could have gotten a lot of brothers like him and people that do have PhDs and people that have businesses or business owners or maybe just a rank and file person that's a community activist that's seeing problems in their neighborhood. Maybe some of that money could have been spent well. We could have got way more bang for your buck if she would have went after those. But those celebrity endorsements with from they've got Al Sharpton on the list. I'm sure Steve Harvey's check was pretty good. DL Hughley's check was pretty good. I just can't wait to see all their checks. Even Plies is complaining because he's learning who got paid more, and he's now complaining, which I thought I knew he was so ingenuous. It's kind of like they wait for Steve Harvey and DL Hughley and Ricky Smiley and them to say something, and then you'll catch a guy like Luke or you'll catch a guy like Plies to go out there and start speaking against this, knowing that they know the gynocracy is in control of everything, but they try to masquerade as being with men and men-centric problems. At the same time, they don't show that. I could never trust a rapper who would go against black men for the sake of getting a check or for the sake of virtue signaling to the gynocracy. I think that she could have spent a lot of that money with some of people that are tenured, people that are actually activists, people that we know that she's probably going to have to go in and require their vote, can go and speak to these people. Joe Rogan, I had offered her a play and go in there. She could have skipped Joe Rogan, and I know she did Shannon Sharp's, but I'm not a big Tyreek fan, but I do appreciate what he does for us, furthering the talking points and furthering some of the visibility of these issues. She could even went and had a contact and even talk with him. Going on that one woman show is like a sex podcaster. I mean, who is her PR person? You still there, man? You must be mute. Yo, Zero. Who is Kamala's PR person? Do you know that? Yo, Zero, you still there? Seems like Zero is taking a break. Yeah, I'm looking here at your article. Can you still hear me, bro?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What was your take on that? Do you think who is their PR person and do you think that they did a good job?
They could do better. But before you continue, there's a few minutes on this video. Let me run this video. Finish this video.
5 million. I don't know. And Kamala Harris doesn't know what these people would do if they got that money. And as I understand it, some of the fundraising emails that you were just talking about were still going out Tuesday night at 10 p.m. People in the building were getting them and they were saying, oh my gosh, they're still, and this is why, because they had overspent. Misappropriated, maybe. We don't know until Cheryl says those receipts come in.
Yeah. Like I said, like she said, it's my Christmas.
And we don't, and to be clear, like we don't know that Oprah pocketed the money. It could have gone to a production team
No,
to
we don't know.
produce the event.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of
exactly.
nuance here. But I would say this, Carly, I love the Biden aide who told Axios they went through $1 billion. What the bleep?
Yeah, bleeps all around. You know, when it comes to the money, I think Democrats could have all the money in the world, which they did. I mean, $1 billion. But if you do have a bad candidate and a bad set of policies, that money's not going to take you very far. Hindsight being 2020, a lot of mistakes were made. And one that has not yet been mentioned is that Julia Roberts ad that I'm sure cost a pretty penny. The one where...
Yeah, and that's another thing to know that I think Meg Thee Stallion, they spend like a few million on her. Now she's worth it. I don't think she was worth the money, but okay. But she spent a lot of money on the existing well-to-do off artists, including some old actors that will try to please to the white voters. But white voters look at a lot of these celebrities that come out, surround themselves in front of, and say, absolutely not. And really, truly, some of these black celebrities, kind of right. I think right now, a lot of them are taking these big L's right now. Because now, what I'm hearing, they're starting to delete certain information off social media, their relationship with Kamala Harris. And I'm looking at this and say, well, it's too late now because they say that in a cloud.
Well, you know what's crazy about it? It is in the cloud. And even besides, let's say if it wasn't, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, I'll liken it to a football team. You know, I have a couple of football teams that I follow. And let's just say, for example, I like the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'm going to use that as an example. Yeah. And because it's a great example. So Jerry always promises us, you know, a Super Bowl, but in the last, 20 years, we haven't even sniffed one. So, you know, but you're still a Cowboys fan, right? No matter, you know, Jerry's going to eventually die and somebody else is going to take it over. They're going to have a million different coaches. We can change out the teams and this and that. But you're always a Cowboys fan, right? Well, you know, when the Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl, do you go and burn up all your Cowboys jerseys? Do you go and remove all the posts off your social medias that you were saying, go Cowboys? No, you rock with the team, win or lose. And a lot of those people just showing you that they never really believed in her by doing that, deleting their stuff. I can't believe they're scrubbing their socials for that. They should have just, you know, put the foot in the sand. But that shows you how fugazi they are, Zero.
Very fugazi. And I find it to be coward they do that job. Let's finish this up.
She narrated it and it told women to lie to their husbands about who they voted for. What a dud, how patronizing, just went over completely wrong. And then I am very surprised that the Oprah town hall cost $1 million when it gave Kamala Harris one of the worst word salad moments on the campaign trail that she had, where Oprah had to step in multiple times to cover her tracks. And people at the town hall were like, did she even answer my question? I'm not so sure. Sometimes authenticity when it comes to Donald Trump is something money can't buy.
All right, that's it. Let me stop this.
Yeah, I would agree with her last statement. Donald Trump is authentically Donald Trump. And I don't think he could change if he wanted to at this point. You know, is he arrogant? Yes. Does he show that arrogance? I'm quite sure a person with that amount of billions probably would show some. You know, would he beat Donald Trump if he didn't? I don't think he would. So that's what people are voting for. and people can't stand when you go. I mean, they should learn their deal when they saw Hillary go up there to the Breakfast Club. Funny that Charlemagne was involved with that. And you see how he's turncoating and flip-flopping now. It just was, doing all that extra turning. But you just look at when Hillary Clinton went there and she pulls out of her purse some Louisiana hot sauce or something. And I'm like, yo, is you even eating some chicken? They didn't even have, I could see if they were at a place where they were eating some food and everybody was eating and they were doing the shot there, at like a town hall inside of a business that sold food in the black neighborhood or something like that. And then they had some chicken wings and she put hot sauce on the chicken wings. And they was like, oh, yeah, Hillary, you like hot sauce too? Oh, yeah, I like me some hot sauce. But you inside of a studio and you just pull out your purse, a bottle of hot sauce, and start trying to use your black accent. When you go to the black church, use black accent. I seen Kamala doing the same thing. She's cooking greens in the tub. Where are they getting this from? Where are they getting this from? You people keep saying that, oh yeah, black people cook greens in a tub.
I don't know Negroes do that shit. I heard one video that was circling that Dr. Tommy Curry talk about his upbringings in Louisiana, which I know he's from Louisiana. How if they had too many greens, and this is from his family background, they used to take the surplus of greens and put it in a tub and try cleaning off. It was too much for the kitchen sink.
I can see that, right? Let's just say we're having a humongous amount of people. Let's just say we're doing a super catering for the church, or we got 20 kids to feed or something, or we feeding our family back in the days in the South. But where I came from in the South, I can't speak to Louisiana because they do things a little different. But what I came from in Mississippi, right? Mississippi, my family, when they came up, they didn't have indoor plumbing. They had outhouses. So when they came up and all the kids, like once they made that hot water in the tub used to be in the kitchen. So, it makes sense like that because the tub will be in the kitchen. Why are they taking the hot water off the stove, pouring it in the tub? Because they didn't have hot water heaters. They did not have indoor plumbing, right? So you had to get the water out of the well. You have to put the water on the stove. You have to heat it up. You have to put it in the tub. Or sometimes they would heat the water up outside, put it in the tub, whatever. And that water, like all the kids would have to go and take a bath almost like at the same time or use the same water. You see what I'm saying? Zero.
Yeah,
so What I'm saying is that they were doing that. So I've never seen that.
I found it. Woo! Let me share this for y'all. And y'all guys gotta watch replay of this. Present.
What you got?
This is the FEC filing of the contributions. Do you see this?
Oh, is that a list? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's great. Let's take a look at that list.
That's the list. This is the list. Harbor Productive. This is Oprah Winfrey's production company. 2 payments
on the same day at $500,000 a piece. That's $1 million total.
Right here, I found it. Right here, and it said that you get paid. She didn't pay you direct. She paid for your LLC. Stop the cap.
Yeah, and people don't understand that, and that's what I tell people. And I heard this one lady that was talking about this today, and she had said, "Well, no, it was a guy covering that when they went into the TMZ and actually got her statement saying that she didn't get the money right." And the guy was like, he couldn't understand. He was like, hey, man, I didn't know that her actual production company was named Harpo, like Harpo in the movie, right? And it's the reason why they made the name Harpo. The reason why they made him name Harpo. But if you just take a look at Harpo, what is Harpo? Go back down to Harpo where you just had it at. What is Harpo spelled backwards?
I'm not sure.
It's Oprah.
Let's look. Let's look right there. Wait. No. We're not gonna say anything. Let me just type it up now.
Okay. It's gonna be a funny one.
All right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show the difference right here. Damn, Oprah ain't shit for this. Let me show it to Notepad.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. I'm gonna stop sharing. Let me present share screen.
There we go.
There we go. So she did get contributed. She lied. And no person. I mean, no person at all. At all. She just revealed her hand. I ain't gonna go back. I'll probably will. I might do a video on this and find.
I saw a couple of other ones on that thing I was looking at.
Ain't nobody doing no fuck. I'm sorry. I'm trying to limit the cussing. Ain't nobody doing no content on the payroll that's available right now for the public.
Yeah, they haven't. And I was looking at it. Can you put it back? Do you still have it up there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was looking at the numbers and I saw another one that had 150,000 right above the Harpo one. Mm-hmm. And I think it's called what was it called? Let's see. It's 125,000. My bad. Yeah, House of Evo Audio Visual Services. That's what it says here. So they did audio and visual services, House of Evo. Did they do their audio visual service? I'm not sure. Oh, you got 50,000 digital consulting, payroll taxes. You can look at some of these reasons, right? Strategic planning, site rental, printing and copying, communications consulting. Let's look at some of the numbers here. I would go, let's see, besides Oprah and Evo, what is the third biggest donor? Can you scroll down? Oh, hold up. There we go. Gambit Strategy, is that $6 million?
Yes.
Okay, that's their promotion. So that's their commercials. That's a media buy. So they bought media coverage. So that was $6 million for that. Let's see, DuPont Circle Strategies, another $1 million right there. Ethos Organizing, 125,000. Another $1 million for DuPont. They was using DuPont. DuPont, my God. And then we have DNC Travel Escrow. So that's the DNC paying her. And you can go and look at all those payments. Now that's the actual DNC paying her travel escrow so that she can get in those planes that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because this is campaign, so you can't use the, Air Force Two, which the vice president uses, right? So you can't use Air Force Two to fly around in because of the law that says that you cannot use, if you're a current president, you cannot use the office to use your official duty so you can use the plane for your campaign strategy to be reelected. So I can see why the DNC would pay that. And I guess that comes out of their $1 billion that they gave up without having a primary. I think they really screwed the pooch this time with their money.
Yeah. All right, let me play the rest of this video of another video here. Fairies, guys.
It would not let us hear the end of that. Believe that. And believe that the only thing Kamala Harris is really good at is blowing it. So Kamala Harris paid Oprah Winfrey $1 million during her failed presidential bid as part of her $1 billion campaign spending spree, according to the Daily Mail headline here. And the sad part about it is that not just the Democrats shouting from the rooftops of how much Kamala Harris was taking in and spending in comparison to Donald Trump, the media too. You have to understand and realize that the media and the Democrats are one in the same, right? Even Fox News, okay? Fox News says that Harris paid Oprah $1 million and failed bid to help campaign. Harris also reportedly spent 6 figures on the Call Her Daddy podcast set. And New York Post says Harris's campaign gave Oprah Winfrey $1 million and paid other celebrities to appear with her in doomed presidential bid. You know, I can see why Oprah Winfrey is shutting down claims that she was paid $1 million because who wants to be associated with such an epic failure? Really, no matter how.
It's too late. That's too late because the file reports are here, and no one has really went in and found the links of the actual budget and what was given during this campaign, which is actually freely to the public. Now, this is disappointment. I understand why people don't show information because this is boring, and I get it. I understand it well, but we gotta look at the numbers if it's presented, because we can't just run off the lip. People, listen, if I was to tell people, say, listen, they did give Oprah money, a man or woman that will watch this content personally, they will look at me and say, "Where's your evidence? Where's your proof?" I'm just telling you what I heard. I'll be sound like a fool.
Well, of course, if you look at the the town hall that Oprah did do for her, it's funny. It's like she's got the worst luck because she got the free play, right? She's got the woman box check, right? She's got the person of color box check, the Indian people check. Now she's black, and now she's got all these boxes checked. The intersectionality. She's got the white husband, Imhoff. She gets the swirlers. She's got a lot of check boxes here. And you go over to Oprah, right? And she's supposed to increase your visibility, and she's supposed to be the solid lock-in. When Oprah, endorses you, she was betting 100% because she endorsed Obama, so she was batting 1,000. So Obama won, so her endorsement meant something. So when we brought Oprah, that's how you keep your money up when you do this stuff. That's why she charged her. But she gave her a good rate because anybody else, Oprah, God, she can bring more. And I know the beehive is important, but Oprah could bring, in my opinion, Oprah can bring just as many, if not more, people over to your campaign, because I know people like Beyonce and she gets a lot of the young voters for sure, and the Taylor Swifties and all that stuff. I'm sure they paid for it. I'm sure that list. You know what? Send me that list in the back chat. I want to go back and look at that. And the guy said it on point where he said they spent $600,000, well, six figures, on redoing that sex podcaster woman hotel. They did a hotel room in DC, flew the woman out, paid her fee, built a studio so that they could be able to do it inside of a hotel, spent six figures on building out a hotel room. Ain't that big? Six figures, my God. We could have went to Home Depot and built that out for about a good 10 bands and had something really nice. And if we really wanted to make it extra snazzy, we'll make it 20 bands, but six figures to bring her out here. And what did the sex podcast, how many points did that swing over, do you think, when you could have went and got a Dr. Tia Sign Johnson? You know what I'm saying? You could have went and talked to some of the people in the field who are actually voters because they keep talking about black men. So why don't they go? And they made a good point, because on Wired, they had a thing that said the manosphere was some that needed to be addressed. They just put that, and that was one of the reasons why they lost and things of this nature. But when they said manosphere, they had guys like Aiden Ross up there and Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, and I can't speak to the white manosphere, but I can speak to the black manosphere in the overarching deal, because a lot of the white manosphere stole a lot of the talking points from the black manosphere. But when you're talking about manosphere, even with the white guys, I've never heard Aiden Ross or Ben Shapiro, for that matter, ever even do a interview or even a show with anybody in the manosphere, white or black. Never in my life. So when I saw that, I was like, they're not even getting it right. And I think BGS has said that earlier, and he has said that these guys went and did that. But when have you ever seen these guys speak on anything manosphere? These guys are not even the manosphere. If you would just go into the YouTube search bar and type it in, you would not find any of these people. And as far as they're concerned, there's plenty of guys that are adjacent to the Black Manosphere. A lot of the bigger guys, they take the moniker, the name off of it because the name is a misnomer. But you look at those guys, they could have even, they could have went to some of the guys that were adjacent. Like, let's just say, I would have had rather that Wired article, even though Anton says he's not Manosphere, it would have been more better for them to put maybe an Anton Daniels name in there versus a Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is not part of any Manosphere, white or black. Never heard of it. He's Jewish first, and he makes it known, and that's his swing. You know what I mean? He's a conservative Jewish guy, and that's he's built his platform. He's never been Manosphere. These people have no idea. That's why people like Van Jones, Joy Reid, Sonny Hostin, which is the most insufferable person. Oprah, even her, when they brought her out there, Oprah asked her a question and she froze. Now, you didn't pay Oprah for the endorsement. Oprah actually asked you a great question. You froze up. You couldn't say nothing. Sonny Hostin, The View, they gave you free press. You came over there, Sonny Hostin, trying to be your best friend, but she asked you a question of softball and you couldn't even answer it. She said, what would you have done different from Joe Biden in his administration? And she sat up there and said her first remark, where she sat and she thought about it for a second. She said, I can't think of anything. Really? You want to be the president? Did you get a chance to check to see that video, Zero?
The one you sent. Hold on. Look. Let me check something right now. Hold on.
No, I didn't send that to you. That was the one where Sonny had asked her. It's on there. If you type in The View, you got to watch them though. You got a fair use.
I heard one content creator cover it. I can't really talk about it personally because I gotta go back and find it. Yeah.
But shouldn't she have said something to differentiate her from Joe Biden? Couldn't she have just said that, well, I'll show up to work every day because this guy, he's sick most of the time. He can't even walk up the plane stair. I'll do that better. Anything. You said, I can't think of anything I would have done different. So if the country is saying we don't like what you're doing, shouldn't she have said we'll try to do something else, Zero? I'm just asking, man. I don't know.
You see, the problem is her as the face, she's only there just to take orders. She's not there to really command or push or be in a leader position. And this is the honest truth. And let's be fair, honest. There are too many men, black men, that have an issue with racism in America, right? That any inclination of any man that's going to sit there and, I guess, roll back the wheels of time or the circle of life in America, where he's going to put black folks in chains, do all this and stuff. And I say, okay, but you always got to think, say, what part in American history that everything was going to last forever? Not saying it's a good or bad idea that happens, but let's be honest. You were placed here for a purpose as a black person, man and woman. You're here to serve others, not yourself. And that's where they want you. That's where they expect you. And that's what they demand from you. And say you serve yourself and within your own group. So if they wanted to say they want, let's say, bring America or make America great again, right? They only using dog whistles to incite already thinking in action that most non-black people want to inflict and do on black people already if they're not doing already. You think that's going to change if they're going to declare it? It only declares and it shows that a few men and women, how weak they are, how scared they are, how pussyfoot they are, in my opinion. So
that's been a big thing. Part of their whole deal, right, was that if you elect anyone else besides us, then they're gonna put us back in chains. I mean, wasn't that Joe Biden's deal when he was up there and he said that they're gonna put y'all back in chains? Joe Biden has got to be the most racist, senile guy I've ever seen in my life. And yet black people love him so much. He can sit there and tell you, when we sitting here complaining about people who they voting for, this man got in front of Charlemagne and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
You ain't
like,
black.
Like another black person wasn't on that ticket. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was. I'm sure it was. He may have been a third party candidate. He may not have had a shot in hell, but there was another guy that was on there that was black. Well, if I voted for him and I didn't vote for you, I'm not black. How racist is that? We got them scrounging and scraping on Trump because he said black jobs. And you got this fool up here saying you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Well, at least what Trump said, because I keep telling him, I said black jobs is not a bad term. When people are always talking about sending illegal immigrants home, what do they talk about? The jobs. They say, well, the illegal immigrant, they do all your jobs. So how you gonna send them home because they cutting your grass and they clean your house, which that should be straight up like, you know, they probably don't expect it because a lot of those dudes are plumbers, they're electricians, they're in the military. These dudes, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these immigrants, not the ones that got bringing over here now, but I'm talking about immigrants that been here that's trying to get their papers. They've been doing high level skill jobs and get paid. Now they've got those other people come over. All they talk about when we send them home, they say, well, who's going to work the jobs? Meanwhile, if this man say one word about black jobs, oh, y'all got a problem. What is a black job? Y'all ain't asking what a Hispanic job is. You know why? Because y'all already got them figured out. We know what jobs they do. That's why we ain't sending them home. But what about when black people say, well, we want fair access to them jobs and we want to be paid fair share and fair money? Well, what do? Oh, Donald Trump said black jobs. What is a black job? He's going to put us all back in slavery. This is what they get off this. And I'm like, if they are not the most ignorant people in the world on the left, they actually believe. Some of these people on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook, I heard these women say, I'm going to wake up and be back in chains. I'm like, woman, you don't even go outside and cut your grass. Don't know about, if it was to be going back in chains, you know who would be the number one people that they already would try to be getting? Zero.
Yeah.
What is the biggest population in the prison where it actually take away your rights to where they can make you do slavery legal? Who is represented mostly in there per race?
Say again.
Who is the most per race that's in the prison system in America?
Black people.
Okay, so when you go to jail, you lose your rights, right?
Yep.
So when you go to jail, they have a thing where you say once you go to jail or prison, they take your rights, and now slavery is now legal to put upon you, right?
Yeah.
I forgot which amendment it was, but you lose some of your
13,
rights.
13 amendment. 13.
Okay. Now, see, you can still work. So if they were going to go back to plantation times, who they going to go and get? They'll get those people, which is black men. So first of all, we don't want to hear that because what we need as black men, we already in slavery inside that prison system. You feel me?
Yeah.
We seeing some real stuff. I don't want to hear no woman on the street talking about, oh, we finna go pick some kind. Woman, please. It's men right now that.
Let me say something. I'm not gonna go back for it with this. I'm gonna say this: black women are dumb. The whole title is that if this is a black woman that they don't want to claim, fine, but she is representative of black women in America. Regardless if she want to change a little stupid identity, which she's right to do so, but not right to do so for the one-drop rule that they wanted, that America already claims is the standard of who's white and who's black. Women today, as we see with our own two eyes, when they're in position of power, they take the finance and finagle it. Too many stories, I don't see very little women that do anything constructive with money. And then in position of power, you know what they're going to do. They're going to spend, and not really look and really conserve what they're spending.
Well, see,
and before we move on, I want to play more of this before. So hold that thought. Keep that in mind. Don't lose that thought. Let's keep playing more into this. Fair use.
How much money it is. I mean, Oprah Winfrey probably has a lower like rating, favorability rating than Kamala Harris, maybe even, depending. I mean, I don't know too many people who really care for Oprah Winfrey. You see what I'm saying? She's left a bad taste in so many people's mouths. And if you happen to live in Maui, in Lahaina, in Hawaii, yeah, I don't think anybody cares for Oprah Winfrey. But something that's interesting here is how Kamala Harris had to pay for fake friends, pay for celebrity sponsorships, pay a 5-to-1 ratio, and in the betting market odds, that's not good odds for a loser. Okay, she had to pay for fake engagement. That's like people paying for likes, paying for subs, paying for views. It's not real engagement. It's fake. It's all a front. It's all for optics. It's all for clout. It's you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses, or in this case, keep up with the Trumps. But you can't. There's no amount of money that you could spend to fake it enough where America would believe it. And then at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. And we can see the truth. The truth is that you blew your budget. Kamala, you blew it. But think about it like this. Kamala Harris had to pay celebrities, albeit some of these celebrities, C-list, D-list celebrities, washed up, past their prime, really got nothing to lose and decided to cash in.
And to show again, for those that will now catch this, and I want y'all to catch replay of this. This is one of the few celebrities. There's more, which I'm not going to go through because I got to scan through to find the actual celebrities that she paid. Well, one of them, Oprah, by the name of Harpo Production. Look at the money. $500K each. For those that's watching. Y'all be able to see it. And I might zoom in more in the future and then make this closer so y'all can look at it closer. For those that don't know. Let's keep going. Fairies.
Day. And Donald Trump had quite possibly one of the biggest out there for far better reasons besides making breakup love songs to appeal to preteen girls in their bedrooms, Taylor Swift. This man is actually doing something. He's bettering the world. He's sending rockets into outer space. And Donald Trump didn't have to pay him to endorse him and stand on stage and read some poorly crafted Chat GPT script. No. The richest man on the planet donated to Donald Trump's campaign. Think about that. The richest man on the planet donated to Donald Trump's campaign, whereas the richest pop star out there in terms of maybe dollars and fan base, Taylor Swift, had to be paid to say, yeah, I like Kamala Harris. I like Tim Walz. Yeah. Billie Eilish had to do the same. Cardi B had to do the same. Beyonce had to do the same. Usher had to do the same. Or maybe they were paid in favors, do this for me and I'll do this for you. Stand on this stage for me and I'll make sure that the Diddy tapes that include you on it don't get leaked.
Yeah. Yeah, that was what he was saying earlier when he just said that was a good point of what he was making that point.
And one other thing, thank you, Tevin. I appreciate it. Keep going. Go ahead.
Can you back it up like 15 seconds?
Let's see. I'm just going back up to this one. Let's play.
Okay.
Include you on it. Don't get leaked.
No, keep going.
I'll tell you right now, the last thing I'd want to see is a Diddy tape that included Oprah Winfrey on it. Leaked. Stand on this stage for me and I'll make sure that the Diddy tapes that include you on it don't get leaked. I'll tell you right now, the last thing I'd want to see is a Diddy.
It's probably like 30 seconds before that. It was a good point to what you were saying earlier. He had mentioned that it was like the whole 30 seconds because it was perfect what he said. It was absolutely on.
Usher had to do the same. Or maybe or maybe they were paid in favors. You know, do this for me and I'll do this for you.
Right.
Stand on this stage for me and I'll make sure that the Diddy tapes that include you on it don't get leaked.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, the last thing I'd want to see is a Diddy tape that included Oprah Winfrey on it.
Hey, Oprah.
God damn, that was wicked.
Look, he's right, bro, because you think about it, like, okay, Elon is the richest guy, right? The richest, you know, it goes back and forth, right? But he's got the bread. So he's making rocket ships, shit that we pay people already to do that he have to go and save, right, on his dollars. Now we pay him, but you know, he doing his own thing. And now you go and you look at what he did for Trump. He didn't ask Trump to pay him. And not only did he not ask Trump to pay him, but he went to Pennsylvania the whole time right before the early election, and he was like, if anybody put in for a petition, he entered their names. If you stayed in Pennsylvania, into a drawing for $1 million, he was giving away money to people. If you know, and you can say that's money for votes, but hey, it's legal. Right? It's nothing illegal to give a person as a donation or like a gift, like a contest. There's nothing wrong with the contest. Okay, everybody put their name in. I'm gonna give you $1 million. You know, we're gonna randomly choose. I would say they could have did that if they would have took about 100 million of them dollars they had and did something like what Elon was doing instead of paying all the celebrities who's not gonna guarantee you to win. If you want the people, that's who got the votes. Go over there and give them a little lotto play. Get them 100 people out of the group, get $1 million. Elon was giving them people money. Them people in Pennsylvania voted for Trump, and a lot of them was winning. It was like every day somebody would win $1 million. So if you're the richest man in the world, why wouldn't you do it? Oprah rich as hell. Why she couldn't do at least 2 or 3 of that for black people who want to support her? You know, why is it that she's, I mean, I know she's built a school in Africa, but I mean, does she have an Oprah College Fund for black ADOS people? Does she have it? I don't know. Does she have one? I might be wrong.
She built a school in Africa right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the status. I don't know if it's still existing or it's no longer in business.
It was a big scandal behind the school. A lot of the African people came out and was speaking on it, how it was run. That don't necessarily mean Oprah was there running it, but the people she put in charge of the school, they said it was some corruption in there. And a lot of those people came out saying that they had some problems with some teachers down there doing some bad things. So I don't know if it's still open or not. If I was them people, I probably wouldn't want it to be open either. If they did that, you know, and brought my children into a bad environment, I wouldn't want it to be there either. You know, you haven't heard a lot of news about that school lately, though. If you actually remember.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Good morning. How are you, darling? You looking very good. How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true. Okay.
I was paid nothing ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about.
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president? Thank you, Oprah.
Thanks for nothing, Oprah.
She got that call fast.
She shamed at it. She got paid. She hoped that this is going to go in her favor and did not. So that's why she's staying silent. And I'm going to say this personally. Like I said before, I'm going to say this again. You celebrities can't hide what you have contributed throughout this whole entire election. This fucking woman paid you off. She gave the money. You took it and they use your leverage, your celebrityism, to help leverage her up, bolster her up so that way she can get the right votes from a certain crowd of people to get her in. And at the end of the day, you lost. Simple as that, you know. And you should have lost because at the end, America's looking for tangibles. Most young people or people that's 50 and up, they look for tangibles. They cannot live in a society where things are constant inflation and the dollar or the money they make or they are comfortably living with is not enough to keep them afloat. They're going to vote in their best interest, and that's what the American people did. So at the end of the day, when I hear the celebrities are distancing themselves away from Kamala, it's too late. And to be honest with you, I think with Democrat Party, what they're going eventually going to start doing now is they're going to have to change tactics, and they're going to start put their money, if they get any money move forward, that they're going to start investing money in celebrities. Because think about it, even with Donald Trump, this is not a rumor, this is true. 50 Cent was offered $3 million from Donald Trump's camp to him to endorse Donald Trump, and 50 Cent refused to give the money, right? Now, for whatever reason, rather good or bad, I understand why 50 did it. It's not gonna gain, it's not gonna hurt him or make him anything better. But my thing is this, that a lot of celebrities like him or anybody else, they're being very selective and very smart in the moves they make, and they can't afford to be affiliated with any upcoming presidential party that might bite them in the butt in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could take a look at even if we go back, let's go back in the same instance. I think it's a good point you made. As far as the celebrity endorsements. If you remember back when the Hillary campaign was out, and it was the 2016 campaign, they were doing the same thing. You can go and look. I think she brought out Bruce Springsteen. She brought out a couple of other major artists, not at the tune that Kamala was doing at this time, but she brought out a couple of major artists, you know what I'm saying, that would probably bring her a little bit of, go power. However, if you remember, that she was asking a lot of hip hop artists then, and to 50's credit, 50 Cent is actually a Trump supporter, but he's not going to take money from them for doing the show. But they play the song, so he'll get money off of them playing his song, but he's not going to come and be attached to that. Well, you got Hillary on the other end, did the same thing, and to the credit of some artists and brothers standing up, and they refused to be a part of it. That's why you didn't see him go after the male black artists. She went after the black female artist. Zero from Houston, same thing. He came back and told on them. He said they tried to come and offer him a certain amount of money. I don't remember how much it was, but it definitely wasn't. It wasn't $2 million. But she was going to do a campaign rally in Houston, and Zero even said, he said, man, Hillary Clinton them called me. They wanted me to do a show for them. It was opened up in Houston. And he said, man, I tried not to get into politics because that's money. Yeah, I can accept it. But he was like, man, I'd rather just do my own thing. I don't want to be affiliating myself with it for win or for loss. I don't want to affiliate myself with no political campaign because it's fugazi. And I don't really trust them people. I don't know them people. They using my face to get my people to vote for them, but their policies might be hurtful to my people. So, I don't know enough much about them to know whether I should throw my name behind them. So I'd rather not take the money. And if that's what 50 did, I can't have none but respect for him. You know what I'm saying?
50's smart. And the reason why he's smart is because he knows the effects of the celebrities and the politics today. And he can't get himself all mixed up on that because he's a man that has be out here making money. And people are already in their stupid emotional feelings when it comes to politics, especially if they're picking favorites. And if their favorite did not win, you seem like these females crying. Tomorrow saying, I want to give no men coochie. It's just ridiculous. Now, Tim writes, Harris campaign paid $100K to podcast Call Me Daddy, all because she flies to the studio. Why don't someone in the campaign pull the plug? Well, they're not, Tevin. I think I did mention earlier. They talked about it earlier, but it's good you mentioned it in the chat room for people to go back and read. Thank you, Tevin. I appreciate it. Let's keep going. Where's it? Let me see how long I'm gonna keep playing this.
Fair use.
Yeah, I might not play this for long because I don't want to be up here.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. And I don't know if they paid this guy to be a surrogate for Kamala Harris. I wouldn't put anything past him, but whether they did or they didn't, this dude's pissed.
We have no legislative power, we have no executive power, we have no judicial power. So when you're out of power, you're an opposition party. And go and tell all of the people that are sending you and asking you for money, justify what you did, justify what you did wrong, and tell us what you're going to do different. Because what you've done ain't worth a shit. Get your head around that. And all of the Washington-based Democrats farting around, going to wine and cheese parties and talking about how misogynistic race comes, get your ass out of Washington and go work on a 2026 campaign and do penance to make up for your goddamn arrogance and stupidity. Well, we're going to say we told you so. We told you this identity shit was disaster. We told you to get out in front of public safety issues. You didn't. We told you to have an open process and demonstrate the magnificent and staggering and deep talent that exists in the modern Democratic Party. You didn't. We told you to differentiate yourself from Biden. You didn't. I hate to be some fucking know-it-all, but all of these things are part of the record.
So, one thing that kind of strikes me here in what James Carville is saying is that we told you to do this, and we told you to do that, we told you to do this, we told you to do that. And here's the thing. He himself, in the beginning, said he just wanted to see the first female president, okay?
And that's the downfall. I'm beyond tokenism, symbolism at this point. I'm looking for actual substance. Only one person out of all the presidents got away with tokenism was Obama. He's the first and probably will be the last for now. No one else is going to. See, one thing what the Democrats have done, they kind of squandered that completely by pushing this chick. They're a better shot letting somebody else run, like another man run against Trump. But
you know how it could have worked though if they would have cozied up with her during Obama's administration, like, and had her out in front of people and having her as like the next coming up senator, having her like looking presidential like that then, and supported her, but they did not. Right? They did not support her. She got the less amount of votes at the DNC in the primary. She dropped out first. She had nothing. So no one, if they would have, they didn't like her to be president. They only had that choice. Tokenism is dead. I hate when they say the first is to be something, because the first something could be something. That don't mean it's good. We don't even know what her policies is. And we just want to talk about tokenism.
Well, she gave some mediocre policies at the end of the last month or so and half, and really it's not really amount to anything, because the policy laid out are not some that you could really start getting ahead. Sorry, but let's keep playing this. Very.
Okay, we got that. Now, I told you to do this and I told you to do that. And if she had done it, okay, great. But at the end of the day, it would have been a lie. It wouldn't have been real. It wouldn't have been true. It would just have been more of the fakery and the shenanigans and the theatrics and the editing of her team, which you would think with that much money she would have hired a better team, team of consultants, a better better script writers and better producers. I mean, how many times did we witness a teleprompter malfunction for Kamala Harris? Like,
too many.
You got. You wasted your money, or you wasted the donor's money. I don't know if she tapped into taxpayer money, but if she did, if somehow our tax-paying dollars went towards Kamala Harris's failed concert tour, oof, she's gonna have hell to pay.
Of course they did.
Some say that Kamala Harris's Achilles heel was the question heard round the world from The View from Sonny Hostin, and would she do anything different than Joe Biden? I don't know. Maybe the final nail in Kamala's coffin was actually not what she said, but what she didn't say by not going on the Joe Rogan podcast.
To make real change, he's got to not attack the left and not attack everybody. Let them all talk their but unite. Now it's time to unite everybody.
There are a lot of skeptics out there who don't think President Trump is going to be about unity. What do you say to Joe Rogan's point?
I think what Joe Rogan is saying is absolutely correct. And Donald Trump's going to be focused on those things. Look at the announcements he's already made. One of the key things is he wants to support a constitutional amendment to bring congressional term limits. That is something that overwhelmingly the American people have supported for a very long time. Look at what's happening already across the globe. Qatar wants Hamas out of Doha. You have the Chinese are signaling they want peaceful, not right.
So I think the key here, and
now congressional term limits, because I think if you get elected in Congress or anything, that is like a lifelong stench that you until you, I think, croak over or you just quit. I don't think there's no term limits, and a lot of these positions of seats should be term limits anyway. I don't know why someone should be a career politician for a long time. That's insane, in my opinion. But anyhow, let's keep going. Where's my...
What we can really take away from this is that believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. And if it's coming from a paid celebrity, I would automatically discount it. Like what celebrity, paid or not, odds are probably not, what celebrity from the Trump campaign, from MAGA side, had any bearing, had any impact on the win, on people's decision of the choosing to vote for Donald Trump and JD Vance? What celebrity? Was it Hulk Hogan? No. Was it Amber Rose? I mean, she had a really good speech at the RNC. I think it was an eye-opening speech. I don't think it automatically made people want to vote for Donald Trump, but it made them want to do their own homework, do their research, and not rely on the lies of the likes of Oprah Winfrey and the media and folks like Kathy Griffin. We're going to talk about her in a second. But this, pursuit of unity, careful, folks. The media is now going to use these keywords and these buzzwords to create the false idea that Trump isn't actually doing the things that he said that he was going to do, which is actually going to make America great again as it happens. They will flat out lie to your face. They will. Their dick will be out. They'll be standing over you, freaking pissing on you and telling you it's raining. Okay. Don't believe it. Don't trust them. Okay. Not as far as you can throw them, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you want to make an omelet, you're going to have to break some eggs. Okay. And there's a lot of trash out there, garbage that has to be fixed and undone that we've been through for the last nearly 4 years. So I think he's on track. I think he's kicking ass, taking names. He's here to, drink Coca-Cola or Diet Coke and make America great again. And he's all out of Coca-Cola. So here we are, folks.
Hi, you guys. It's the day after the election, and I am eating my feelings.
A lot of women, I don't know if they're saying good or bad things, but we'll listen more, hear their response.
Look. That's right, 2 plates that are now empty. And I'm going to eat 1 entire key lime pie per day until we have a Democrat in the White House and the House and the Senate.
Wow.
So it's going to be weirder and scarier. But I just want to put this out there again. Gays, you may not be safe. So to be gay in America, much less trans, because they're obsessed with trans people, to be LGBT in America is not going to be a safe thing anymore. So to be a woman in America will be even less safe than it already is. So take care of each other, have plans, make sure you know how to gather support if you're afraid to walk down the street. Get more politically active. Not sure what's going to happen in my lifetime, but the kids will figure it out. And I know this will get me in trouble, but I really, really wish Taylor Swift had done an event with Vice President Harris in Pennsylvania 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to say that because she is so powerful, and it's not fair that the way just America still is. Open-minded, we like what we have.
Is it Kathy Griffin? She's now on this bandwagon of lefties losing it, libtards who are solely out here. I don't part for the court.
A way to say thank you.
Yeah.
This right
Every
here,
Latino that voted for him.
Huh? What you about to say?
This right here has got to be the crazy. And you know what my prediction is, man? My prediction is this: the machine, because we were talking about will they learn their lesson, right? Zero.
Yeah.
So I think, in my opinion, will they learn their lesson? I think no. I think they're going through a coping mechanism right now before they get they all got to get all cried out. They're going to let them have Christmas, but they're going to be ramping up before the time that they actually get out. They're going to ramp up this stuff, like what they're investigating now, using the FBI's to find out who sent a text message to somebody that said they was going to pick cotton. They were worried about that. I think they're going to increase this. Any police killing that's ambiguous is going to be blown up to the maximum. Anything at this point. I mean, anything. They're going to throw a little tiny piece of smoke on the ground. They're going to throw a whole tanker truck of gas on it. They have to do it. Would they learn and just go ahead and start going to their base? No, they're going to go to what they do best, and that's fear politic and identity politics. And I think they're drunk on it. I think they're addicted to it, and they're never going to stop it. I think the machine will never stop, and they will never win until they actually go and talk to their own constituents. You've never seen a party that doesn't talk to their constituents about money. That's the economy. Think about it. She had no policies for money. Her best policy was what? She's going to do the tips thing. What, didn't she steal that one from Trump? Zero?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just saying she stole it from Trump. So, I didn't know. I heard that she wanted to give people $25,000 for first-time home buyers. And they said, they tried to attack they used Joy Reid to attack black men name on it and say, yeah, y'all could take advantage. When we go and look at the platform and actually see it, the language is ambiguous. It's for first-time homeowners, and it's not necessarily for black men. That means we would have to go and compete against every other race, but yet they build it as something special in there for black men. That's a lie.
Okay.
If they want FBA to vote for them, I think it's going to get increasingly harder for them to get FBA to vote for them. They're going to lose more voters if they don't do something about restitution, reparations, or address of grievances to FBA's situation. If they don't do something for that, they'll never win again. Because the one thing that they don't want to do is because the Republicans don't want to do it. But if they allow them to give something and they don't come up with something, they'll be destroyed. But the conservatives, they don't want to do that, because if you see any of the black conservatives or even some of the, moderate white conservatives, if FBA is brought up, if restitution is brought up for any of crimes that have been done to us, you see each and every one of them, they all have the same thing. They say, oh, no, we don't want it. And then we would think that our black intelligentsia, they would at least say something for it. Well, what did Steve Harvey say when Kamala came up there? He said, well, don't ask me about reparations, and don't ask me to ask this woman nothing but what's on this paper. That's what we're going to ask, and all y'all going to vote for. Now, how you going to get these people to vote for you? If all the people in the room is asking about reparations, why not have her answer the question? Even if she say, no, I ain't going to give y'all niggas nothing. But no, he said, we ain't going to even ask. And then when it brought it up to her, when she said, oh, I'm not going to do nothing specifically for black people. So you didn't have to say that. If that's your base, that's why I can't understand when 80% of our people will still vote for this person, 77, whatever, however the amount it was. still vote for this person. And she sat up there and said, I'm not going to do nothing specifically for black people. How can she say it?
You're right.
It's like slapping us in the face. You should put that video together with the Indian guy that says, how can she slap? When that woman slap him and the dude's jumping. How can she slap? You should put that when he asks her, when she says, I'm not going to do nothing for black people. That video should be right behind it. And it should show the hypocrisy of our voter base who will never hold these people accountable. But they got a rude awakening, black men, Latino men, other people in their group that they said that they had, white, liberal, feminist women, they thought they had them too. They've lost all their demographics. They're going to have to come back and put something on the table for restitution. It's just that they don't know how to do it. They just need divisive politics. And I think that is what the machine will continue. And they'll never say a word or a peep about restitution for FBA. Now, if they do, it'll surprise me. What's your thoughts on it? You think they ever will?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, personally.
I mean, who in the Democratic Party, let me play a devil's advocate, right? Who in the Democratic Party would have the balls? That's a senator, let's just say a male. What's the other guy who got in trouble? I think he lost his race in New York. I can't remember. I think he pulled a fire alarm on a vote. He got in trouble for that. He lost his deal. He brought AOC out there and he lost his whole seat. But besides him, I don't see any real Democrats who would line up to do it. If I was, and I hate these Bernie Sanders, I want to use black people, but Bernie Sanders is the socialist, but even the king socialist, he's against restitution. So it would have to come from a black person. And I just don't see anyone they got over there that would come with it. Unless do you see anybody that could come with it?
No.
Where is Cynthia McKinney when you need her? I think she would be dope. I definitely would think she could make a movement to that. I think she is a Democrat, as a matter of fact. I don't know if she's still in office though. Black woman. I would have been feeling a lot more comfortable voting for her because I know where her policies are. She's a black woman. Okay, that's a plus, but what is she gonna do? And I think that's what people lost with Kamala. They just were voting for because it's a woman. We was fooled by the Obama thing. I mean, I voted for him twice, brother. So I'll sit here and tell you I did. But I expected, okay, he's gonna do something for the gay people. But I figured, man, maybe eventually he'd do something for ADOS or FBA. But we saw that never happened.
All right, let me see anything else on this tape.
They want to end interracial relationships with white people, and they want black men who voted for him to die at the hands of police. Trump voters are the, and then she asks, Trump voters are the racist ones though? Right. Yeah, I mean, where's the unity there? The left literally minutes into a decisive, hands down, no need to even question it win for Donald Trump, immediately about-faced and turned on their own, started fighting amongst themselves, and really began to display and show their true colors.
This show regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great. Yeah, me neither.
Bishop V. bars on a string of child sex trafficking charges, according to investigators.
All right, I'm done. I don't want to go another hour of this. Close marks. Keep close marks. I'm jumping.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a closing question, but I'll ask it to you. So you know about the 4B stuff, right?
No, right now I'm not. We're not cover that. I've got for I'm gonna do that. Any closing remarks? I don't really care about.
Well, closing remarks would be if they want to get to where they want to be at, they need to consolidate their base, and they don't have a base right now because even the divestors, they are so quiet. You don't even hear a peep out of a divestor right now. Like they disappeared overnight, right? And now they got these 4Bs, and I say, hey, you voted for abortion, and that's what you wanted. So, if you're gonna do a 4B thing after that, well, if you already was getting rid of your children, then what's the difference? If you're not gonna have sex, which we know that's a lie, but just devil's advocate here, you're still getting less and less of the kids that you want to vote your way. So what would you do? Well, I'm gonna go out of the race. Well, you say that you don't like the Latino guys because they voted for Trump, and you don't like the white guys no more and don't want to divest no more because the white guys voted against you too. I think the divestors are in a very, very tense situation here, but we'll sit back and watch and see how it works out. I think it'll be funny nonetheless. That about wraps up me, what I got to say, man. It's been cool though, man. I'm glad I caught a live, man. Appreciate you having me up, man. It's funny, man. I like this. It was a good show, man.
Yep. All right. Respect, man. Thank you. And thank everybody for coming into today's stream. Make sure you guys leave a comment, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. As you know, try and get to a few more to get to a good. I was trying to get a little bit more subscribers on here because I have not been doing much content over here. But you know what it is. I'm going to try to keep it as somewhat consistent. There's no guarantees, but when there's something good, hot, I'm going to put it out for y'all. Make sure leave a comment, like the video on your way in, on your way out. Thank y'all for watching. Until next time, take care and good night too.